Hi, I'm Craig Grant and this is Cobweb Maths, and in this video I'm going to deal with financial literacy and look at solar power as an investment in New Zealand and Australia, and probably anywhere else in the world as well. Alright, let's get set up. Right, I put solar power here on my house in New Zealand in Blenheim, which has got a lot of sunshine, in 2013 and spent just over $10,000, and that came out of a fixed term deposit. At that time, New Zealand's fixed term deposit rate I think was around about 4.5%, and that's 3% after tax, because the tax rate would be about a third. Now, the expected return on solar power I worked out was around about $2 a day, and on the investment, which was just a bit over $10,000, the expected return was 6%. Also, power has a tendency to rise in price over time, and I factored this into that figure there, because as power prices rise, your return rises. And here's the relationship: if power rises by 17%, your solar 6% return becomes a solar 7% return. Now, what I also did, you've got to get the right solar system. So my system had a solar controller which was linked to the hot water, so that I got to store my power in hot water. Then the other power, the excess power, could be used in the house, and anything that was surplus and left over was sold back to the grid. Now, the return back to the grid was pretty small, because they only gave me 20% of retail. So the way to really save money was to make sure you didn't give them much, there was not much surplus. Use the power yourself, so you would go and do things when the sunshine was on during the day, things that you might do at night. Now, the payback time for this, right, for our system was 12 years. So you take the interest rate and you divide it into 72, that gives you 12. So in 12 years, you'd make enough money to pay the whole thing off, and that is the rule of 72. And there'll be a video to explain the rule of 72 in a bit more detail. And we're done. Actually, we're not done. There's a bit I forgot. We'll do it now. And my daughter lives in South Australia, and they put solar power in, so I know about solar power over there. In South Australia, the payback period is 3 years, and that's because power is expensive in Australia because there's a shortage, and solar power is also subsidised. Now, what this does, it gives you a solar return of 24%, which is 4 times what I was getting, because 72 divided by 3 is 24, the old rule of 72. So if you're in Australia, particularly in South Australia, solar power is a great investment opportunity, right? Because power is expensive and solar power is subsidised. Now we're done.